Hey guys, Brandon here, coming at you with another MLB the Show video, and today I wanted to give my second hitting tips video, because obviously hitting tips change, you learn some more, and I think I have some ways to help some people who are struggling, but for right now, it's best to go into custom practice to help yourself out with hitting. You pick a team that you have like a player from, or you like the player that hits there. You can always use like Mike Trout or something, or these guys. I think this team's closer to mine, but I don't want to make it too easy, so I want them to have a good pitcher. I don't want to be on that team. Good job, Brandon. Alright. I don't want to make it too easy, so. Alright. So what we're going to do first is, you can usually just pick what stadium you play in, but I don't want to play in the White Sox field because it's a little too easy. So we're just going to play in a far back field so that when we're hitting the ball, we actually see where it's going. So the first thing you want to do is keep your thing on batting if it is, otherwise switch to pitching. You can do repeat if you want. So I have Al Kaline. I'm going to repeat so I can get good. I don't expect you to do this with every guy or anything like that, but switch your hitting difficulty to whatever difficulty you're going to be playing in for your online games or whatever. So most games are all-star, so I'll start there. When I start giving tips, then I'll switch to legend. So the first thing I always do is, you guys know I start in the top. So once I actually pay attention, we'll get started. I shouldn't even swing if I'm not paying attention. So what I'm going to do is start in the top, and I'm just going to constantly remind myself to hold it still here, otherwise I'll drop it. So that helps with dropping the PCI, and if you guys don't know, I play with like the top of my fingernail so I don't drop the PCI. I have more control over it, and it moves a lot less if I'm playing with my fingertips instead of like my actual full thumb. So I play with the fingertip of my thumb, and I'm going to remind myself to sit fastball and watch the high pitch. So I actually try to do a nip bat here. We're going to sit high, watch the fastball, watch the fastball. It didn't break the plane, so I tried not to drop it any, and I don't think I did. So hold tight. I ended up dropping it anyway. It's going to happen, but you just got to keep reminding yourself of what you need to do and what you need to get over. You don't always have to keep yours up and in if you don't want to. If you want to put it a different direction, you can always do that. You need to figure out what your deficiency is hitting and then work off that. So if I can't hit the inside pitch, but I'm okay going high, I'll start here, which I'm not. I can't move high with my thumb for some reason, so I always have to start it high. Like, it's really hard to get up for me, but it's easier to go down. So I start it higher rather than lower, just because I move a lot better lower. Some of you guys might move better upwards, so maybe you start yours a little lower. So we'll turn up the difficulty here. And if you're playing on Legend, it's really going to show with this fastball, so we have to sit on his fastball. Let's... Not bad, but not good. So... Oh, goodness. So, what you can really do is just make sure you're playing on the difficulty that suits whatever mode you're playing, so you can get used to the pitch speeds, get used to your hitter, and work on squaring the ball up. Otherwise, you don't want to be playing on beginner the entire time. So obviously I'm hitting the ball super weak, but I guess that's what'll happen if it's in World Series. What's this K line even? I can't even look at him. It's okay. Oh goodness. We'll go all the way on him. Oh. Alright, so the most important thing is the mental part. You gotta remind yourself of what you're trying to beat. You wanna always sit fastball, and you wanna tell yourself, if you're playing in one of like the corners, not to move if you don't have to. You wanna tell it to, you say, hold steady, don't drop it until it drops below. So hold it, don't drop until it drops below. It didn't really drop below, so I was able just to keep it there and end up getting a nice double off of it. So just make sure you're constantly reminding yourself. If you start getting mad at yourself, it's not going to be any better, because you're going to tell yourself, like, come on, you should have hit that, and you're just going to get upset mentally, and you're just not going to do well that game. And it's okay to take a break in the middle of a game. Not in the middle of a game. You want to finish the game, but it's okay to take a break after one game if you're not doing well. Or just go into custom practice and try to beef up your hitting a little. Oh goodness. So we're gonna hold steady. Didn't cross, so we're okay. Make sure you're focusing on the baseball only. If you're focusing on something else, the baseball's gonna come in fast and you're gonna not be able to see it as well. But if you're just staring at the ball, watching it spin, watching it move, you're gonna be able to pretty much predict where it's gonna end up. And then my biggest hint I can actually give is to play each situation differently, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll play with all the hitters in just 1 second. Oh no, why would I do this? Okay, so we're gonna take repeat off. We're gonna hit with whoever they give us. So Robinson to start off. So count 0-0, no outs. I'm gonna look for a certain area, and I'm only gonna swing at those pitches. Even knowing that was a strike, it wouldn't be good to swing at that one because that's not my power zone. It ended up being 0-1, so if I got anything better, wish I could. I can, but I'll switch to my pitching actually. Alright, oh great, Babe Ruth. Alright, so let's pretend I'm hitting right here, and the count's 0-0. I'm looking for any pitch for myself that's like from this ball over here. Make like a little rectangle with your eyes, an imaginary rectangle of balls you want to hit. So I'm anything on the high part of the zone to, I guess, the middle part of the zone, but I'm not going to swing at anything that's just on the black or anything that's low, because usually it'll drop out of the strike zone with people, and it's a lot easier to hit when you're getting the count up. But just make sure you have a spot where you want to hit that's not around the black of the plate, and you're not swinging at anything with no strikes in that area. And then as you start getting more strikes in the count, so it's 0-1, you expand the zone a little. You'll say, okay, I'll swing at any of these, my single zone, like I can hit singles off of this. And then when you're 0-2, you say, okay, I'm swinging at anything on the plate, just to make sure that I'm not striking out versus these people. So the most important thing for me is to make sure that I'm not treating every count the same, because they're not. It's a lot easier to go down 0-1 on a ball that make them make the strike rather than you making the strike for yourself. So I'll go back to hitting and see if I can't show you what I'm kind of talking about. So I'm looking in my zone right here, high and in. He put one in the zone, I'm swinging first pitch, it's fine. But if he goes anywhere out of the zone, I'm going to make sure I'm not going to swing at it, because that's not where I'm going to hit the best balls at. If I swung at that one, I would give him the advantage on a pitch that I didn't even like, and if I was going to hit it, I would have grounded out anyway. I don't like that pitch either. Some people might really like that one and they're upset, but that's not me because I start my thing up high. I'd rather have a strike on that one. Then I'm expanding my zone a little bit because I have 2 strikes, or I had 1 strike there. So now I'm going to touch the entire plate now. Not even. But you get the point, is that start expanding the zone as you get strikes, and even narrowing it down even more if you're getting balls. Say the counts, I don't mean to do this to Scherzer, but counts 3-0 right now. I'm really only swinging at anything that's right here in the middle. Because with that one, I might have lined out or grounded out, and I'd rather have a walk than a line out or a ground out. Now it's 3-1. I can expand a little bit more, and I ended up getting a nice double here, but I'm only going to stay at 1 because I don't want to waste time. And is there anything else I got? Nope, just make sure you're thinking mentally well. You're preparing yourself with the practice, switching the difficulties on yourself, making sure you're prepared for whatever game you play. Maybe play one of those before you go into a game every time, just making sure you're ready. And that's about it for these hitting tips. Find a thumb placement that works for you. Not all thumb placements are created equal, so make sure that if you're going way too fast, you take a little bit of I don't even know, surface area of your finger off, so that you only have a little bit and you can't move it as easy like what I do. If that doesn't work for you and you're hitting just fine, you just don't want to drop your PCI, just make sure you're constantly mentioning to yourself not to drop your PCI. So now let's pull this diamond and get on out of here. Alright, silver. Alright. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. And if you guys want to see any more videos, also consider subscribing. And I'll post daily, so if you guys want to come back for another video, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.